Greetings, fellow witches. Okay. Why am I here? Good question. I just wanted to check in with you around the abundance candle in the southwest corner of your home. I missed a day yesterday, but I've been doing every day apart from yesterday, which I missed. I just want to touch base, and find out if things are shifting for you. Curious minds want to know. What have we been experiencing? We had, where are we now? Monday. Last Wednesday, we had quite a major thing happen. Outside in the hallway, we have some. They were like prayer flags. They're not prayer flags, but what they have on them is sigils and planetary symbols. But like little flags that I made for. What was that last year? Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. It's going so quick. I think it was for Inbol, possibly. Possibly, can't remember, but it was around springtime anyway. And I made these flags and we put them up, and they've been in the same place since they've been put up. Yeah, I think once the cord broke, so I tied it up, and that's it. So they've been in the same place. Yeah, they haven't moved. We haven't moved them. They haven't moved. Yeah, until last Wednesday. Now, I didn't even notice that these things had moved when I got up in the morning. I was very blurry. And there was something about my sleep. I think I'd had a very odd dream. I can't remember what it was now, but a very odd, vivid dream. And I was a bit blurry. But when Ian got up, he said, have the flags moved? Who's moved the flags? I haven't moved them. I have to stand on a stool to unpin them from the ceiling. Henry hadn't moved them. And Ian hadn't moved them. No, none of us had moved these flags. Yeah, and they hadn't just fallen down either. They had been unpinned in two places, moved to a point in a particular direction, and then repinned up. Yeah, and it's not like we have loads of visitors, so it's not like anyone who was staying here would do it, because we don't have people staying here. So we kind of explored all the possibilities. I'm like, no, hang on, this is activity. Because I've been using ancestor energy as well as this Jupiter abundance in the southwest corner. Just bear with me a minute. I've just got to put my candle out. That's another little thing that I'll tell you in a minute. It's quite bizarre. So yeah, we had this amazing activity. And we're like, so what is this then? What is this about? What is it? What does it mean? So we're going through like the possibilities of what it means. And it's like, I don't know. Because it's like, well, why would they move it? Why would Spirit deliberately move these flags and put them pointing in a particular direction? It was all very strange. And they're also there's Norse runes written on them as well. I did actually write this down in my little book, because there were a few other things that happened as well. It was spring equinox flags, that was it. So the first thing was it had been repinned to face the North Quarter, yeah, which is obviously Earth. It's also pole star. It's also where we have some manifesting stuff for what we want. And what we would, so that was the first thing. And then we were kind of trying to work out what it was trying to spell, the shape of how the flags were put. Could have been a W, could have been an M, because I'd deliberately, been working with the energy of my mum, my granddad, and possibly even my other ancient ancestors. So I was like, oh, it could have been that, could have been that. So we're like following, trying to be detectives, trying to find out what this was. And all of a sudden I noticed that, because on the opposite ends of this string of flags was a loop on both ends, which is where I pin it, yeah, on either end. And I noticed that those loops had been doubled back and wrapped once around in between two symbols, one on one end and one on the other. I'm like, oh, hold on a minute, because I'm trying to make words out of, it's like it wasn't working. And what was really interesting is it was pointing, it was on one end, it was between triple goddess symbol and the Norse, I can't remember what that, I did look that up. Blah, blah, blah. It's the Norse rune that looks like an I, a capital I, yeah. And then the other side, it was in between symbol for Jupiter and a pentagram. So I'm like, okay, so that's significant, because it could have been anywhere. And so what kind of plopped in my head was, well, triple goddess, that's 3. And then you've got the rune that looks like a 1 or an I, so that's 1. So we've got 3, we've got 1. Jupiter symbol looks like a 4. And the pentagram is 5. Yeah. So we got some numbers there. Also, the previous day, which was really interesting, we were walking back from Dartford, and this car from, I did write it down, Israel, it had an Israeli number plate on it, which we didn't realise at the time, it was just IL. And then the number 13 and the word pan. Hi, shares. Which was like, you never see a number plate like that. So it was number 13 and the word pan, which is really odd and peculiar. So I obviously made a mental note of that. And then that plopped into my head as well when we were, trying to work out what this was. Yeah. And then there was something, there was a couple of other things. We'd bought a sieve the day before for sieving our the raw material for our CBD oil. After the oil has been made, we then put it through this, bought a new sieve, which is a bit more stable than the one I had previously. And what was really weird is I picked it up, and one of the rivets, yeah, and it had been fine when I bought it. There was nothing wrong with it when I bought it, because I checked these kind of things. One of the rivets had bent and it had broken. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on here? But when you think, it's pointing to the sieve, yeah, because it's drawn attention to the sieve. So what does the sieve do? It sorts things out, doesn't it? Yeah, it sorts things. So, okay, so that was a bit strange. And then what else did we get? Oh, we had a very large pine cone, which it's about 8 inches long, this pine cone. And it had been closed from the whole time. Ian found it, months and months ago. And it had been shut the whole time, yeah. And it had been on our ancestors' altar. There might even be pictures of it somewhere in the group. And what was really weird is, because I was looking around the ancestors' altar, because I've been working with their energy. And what was really strange is that when I looked, it wasn't on the altar. It had fallen down. And what was really weird about it is that it had completely opened up, yeah, and it had been shut until, well, until that time. And considering it's been really hot as well, you'd have thought it would have opened up before that. So what was interesting about that, because I've been working with this abundance energy, is that it felt like that's abundance opening up, yeah. Especially because it was on the ancestors altar, and pine has that connection to ancestor work as well. That was the other thing. Where the flags had been repinned, they were also pointing to a photo we have on the wall of Hyperion, which is the 7th moon of Saturn. Yeah. So Hyperionism is all around, yeah, me too, Shez. It's all around logic and reason. Yeah. There's something else there. Hyperion. There's something here. I think it was just around logic and reason, which is what Hyperionism is about. It's based on, not Plato, the other one. Oh God, I was only talking about him yesterday. Pythagoras. So I was putting it all together, yeah. So it's like, you've got all these clues. How on earth do we fit all these clues together? Yeah, it's a bit mad. So what I kind of pieced together with that was using your logic and reason. Yeah. Hi, Laurie. To sort out the sieve. What we know what we want. Yeah, we know where we want to be. It's manifesting it. Yeah, it's actually manifesting it, which is blocked. So using your logic and reason to sort out what it is that we want. Yeah. Through these numbers that we'd got, and it was quite bizarre because we'd got, how many numbers had we got? We got 6 numbers, and there were 2 other numbers as well, but I can't remember how I got those. I didn't write that down. So there's stuff around numbers and logic and reason. So we haven't quite. It's like, okay, so we've tried something and it hasn't manifested, so we're going to keep trying things with these numbers, yeah, and see what happens. But the other thing that was really interesting around this abundance work, that I'm hoping that you're kind of joining me with this, because it is quite amazing, is the readings that we did on the Monday, in the Magic Monday session, yeah, in the crystal readings. They flowed, yeah. There was it was a direct connection, and what was really interesting is that the path we're on is around helping people, yeah, whether that's through our courses, through this group, through the readings that we do, whatever that is, it's around helping people. And I always thought that giving a lot of, time away for free was, I don't know. It's like some people say that's a positive thing. Other people say, no, you shouldn't be doing that. But what I've kind of realized is that when you, and I'm not advocating giving everything away for free, because obviously, you need money to, participate in this world, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. But that's the world we're in. That's the 3D physical world we're in. But when you are abundant in what you give to people, that's what that is. It's abundance. It's growth. It's being in that place of abundance rather than a place of lack. If you're in a place of lack, then you're scared there's a fear there about sharing knowledge to a point, because you're worried, if I share it, oh my god, am I going to get any money coming in, and all that gubbins around that. So there was definitely something around the path that we're on and being what's the word having confirmation of that through this amazing energy, because that's Ian called it poltergeist activity. I try not to use that one because it freaks me out a little bit. It's just energy. It's things moving things. I laugh because my mum, that's the sort of thing she would do, because she was a bit of a practical joker. Yeah, so she'll move things in the house. Yeah, just for a laugh. So yeah, thanks, Mum. I know that's you. So yeah, there's definitely there was a confirmation for us in that message, that what we are doing is where we will still be going, even when we've manifested what we want to manifest. If that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh no, there is more. There is more. Oh, there's more. So that's the thing, because what we are trying, words are powerful, yeah. So I will edit my words as I go, because I want no limitation on from here manifesting out, yeah. So in order for us to continue to do what we do and do it even more in a even more expansive way. I mean, I thought, this was as expansive as it got, but no. Apparently there's more. There's more. So in order for us to do what we do in an even more expansive way, we have to move. Physically move. And I don't know if any of you have experienced this, where you are. Where we are it's a very heavy energy. I mean, the other day I could hardly walk down the road. There was something. It was like my whole being was heavy. And it wasn't the sun, because yesterday went out, it was even hotter yesterday, and that energy was not there. So now and again, the very heavy energy of where we live, it and we found that in all the kind of things that we have done through the years, that energy can take over, and it can suppress you. And you see a lot of people walking around here that are either very grounded in their physical body, so they're very large, or they're walking like this with their head down and their shoulders, so it's like they're carrying. A lot of people around here carrying very heavy energy, and it's manifesting in their bodies. Is quite bonkers. I like that word, bonkers. Because the other thing you've got around here is marshland. A lot of it has been built on, so that changes energy around here. I know for a fact that a lot of this area was battleground, so that's a heavy energy. There was also farmland later on. There was farmland around here. That can be a very heavy energy. If it's intensively working the land, that can be quite heavy. Isn't it? Energy is, everything is energy. And when it's really mad when it manifests, and it can be very quick as well, how it manifests, and like goes. That's how it was the other day, when I just felt really heavy all of a sudden. It's like, oh my God, I could barely walk down the road. It's really peculiar. And it's like, I don't know how to describe it, apart from there's either a lot of people around here who are pretending to be asleep, which you got no chance of waking them up, or they are so fast asleep. They're actually asleep and they won't wake up. Yeah, I've only been to Blackpool once. It's a very well, actually, when we were there the day before we went, this was when I was about 10, I think. Someone had actually thrown themselves off the pier. They'd actually committed suicide. And it's like, oh my God, because everyone was talking about it, you know, everyone in the street was talking about it, and it was really sad. So that's what I remember about Blackpool. It was like, whoa, it's a bit mad. Because I'd never, you know, at that age, I'd never come across anything like that before. And, you know, what proves it for me is that we've been to other places around the country, and it's a very different energy. Even the litter around here is insane. Someone the other day, there's a big wardrobe dumped just down the road, yeah? Why? Is it in the middle, almost in the middle of the street, yeah? Just dumped there, and now it's all smashed to pieces, lying all over the place. It's like, what? I don't get it. I don't understand their mentality whatsoever. So it's quite an aggressive energy around here as well. We experience that. We've experienced it firsthand, you know, just walking down the street or just being in our home. So it's very intolerant around here. That's the other thing. And in order for us to, I mean, I think we've kind of done what we can here, but I think we're hitting walls because we feel like a plant, yeah? We're in too small a plant pot. We need to be repotted into a bigger pot so that we can grow even more. I mean, you know, there's still work you can do metaphysically, but even with our garden, we don't have privacy in our garden. So, it's, you know, I'd love to do witchy stuff outside, but intolerant neighbours and no privacy in the garden does not make for an easy witchy experience outdoors. So yeah, I was getting off track there. So yeah, I was talking about being able to do this in an even more expansive way through our courses, through the stuff we share in the group, even through the infographics that I make. Yeah, all that stuff takes time and energy, and I love doing it. But it's like, is any of this actually going to start bringing some money in? Because in order for us to move, we need to bring in that physical mammon is the old word for money. I don't know if any of you have ever heard that word. It's a word that Ian came across in some of his occult studies. Mammon. It's got quite it's a meatier word than money. Money is a bit, I don't know, it's kind of out there somewhere, but mammon's got a really meaty feel to it. Because what we would love to be able to do, and this kind of plopped into my head, is our courses, you know, if we were independently wealthy, so to speak, independently abundant in mammon, then what I would love to be able to do is offer our courses donation based. So even to the point where you do the course, yeah, and this will be for our big course as well, is that we would you do the course, and then at the end you would go to a donation page. So you would actually pay what, you know, and that's a direct energy exchange. Yeah. So you would pay what the kind of equivalent of what you would feel you learned in the course. Does that make sense? I gotta get it in my head. Yeah. So it's a direct energy exchange. Yeah. So if you didn't really feel that you learned that much, you might just pay £50. If you felt like it completely turned your life around, you might want to pay us, you know, £1,000. And I think that's a better way to do for certainly for online stuff. With our products, it's a bit of a different animal because we have fixed costs for that. But for our courses and anything digital, I think that's the way to go. And it's empowering for the people doing the courses, and it's also empowering for us because we get to see directly how a course has changed your life. So all this like an abundance of downloads. And so all this stuff, all this communication through spirit, all these downloads are directly on the back of the inner abundance work that we were doing since March, when Jupiter went retrograde, and then the Jupiter direct stuff, and then the abundance candle that's sitting in the southwest corner. It's all on the back of that, and I find it pardon me, almost overwhelming, but not, because it's like, wow. And then you kind of take it in, and then you move forward. Oh, the other thing that came as well, all this knowledge with the clues from the spirit moving things, came shortly after the dark moon. Yeah, so it was last Wednesday. The dark moon was the week before, I think. The dark moon was Thursday, and we got all this on the Wednesday. And what was interesting, as an experiment, I harvested some mugwort and lavender specifically for Hecate with that dark moon energy, and it unlocked stuff for us. It unlocked that knowledge through spirit moving things. Yeah, it's like, whoa. And the other thing that it also ties in with, and this is where synchronicity, and listening, observing and seeing those things when they come, actually seeing them. At the moment, Ian's creating they are tarot cards of a sort, with the Grimlick kind of characters. The characters based in Grimlick's world. And if you don't know what Grimlick is, it's a series of books that Ian's writing about a troll. They're magical books for children and adults. His page is Grimlick's Grimoires, if you want to go and have a look. There are some posts in the group around that as well. So at the moment, he's creating tarot cards, around these characters. And what's interesting is, as he's creating these tarot cards, with each one with a different energy, things are manifesting according to the energy of the card. And years and years ago, when he was early 20s, I think, he created a set of tarot cards back then as well, for another witch. And he said the same thing happened. He was getting things manifesting around each card as he was creating them, and they were particular to each of the card's energies. So it's like, that's something else that's come as well. It's quite amazing, because the card he was working on when we got the ancestor message with the flags and all that last Wednesday, the energy around that card, it was in Ian's tarot, it's called the Guard. Now in the Wildwood tarot, that is the Guardian. Or was that the next one? Oh God, I can't remember now. I can't remember, it might have been the Great Bear. But the energy around that is around unlocking knowledge. So we had a massive unlock. We had a massive unlock of knowledge, which also, actually, I just thought of that, corresponds to the first pentacle of the moon, which we have used in ritual to unlock metaphysical blocks, and will also unlock physical locks as well. So that was really cool. So it all has meshed together, and we've still got I think Friday's the full moon, so we've still got 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to go on this, on the building of this abundance energy. So yeah, very interesting. So I just really, I've gone on a little bit. I just really wanted to check in and see what experiences, if you're doing this work at the same time, what experiences you're having around this abundance work. Because the lady, the person I got this, because I've done Jupiter abundance stuff before, but I've never specifically used the southwest corner before. So that's been a very interesting experience. And I'll tell you something that I've been doing. I haven't just been lighting the candle and then just going about my normal business. I've actually been directing energy through that particular corner. Yeah. And I was just doing it through the palms, through the hands. But this morning I got a download saying, no, you also need to do it from your heart center. Yeah. Whoa. And I've been doing it for 3 minutes. Yeah. This morning I did it for 9 minutes from the heart center, also using the palms. So the left palm is receiving, the right palm is projecting, and I've got like this cycle going, palms tingling, everything, right? So then this morning I up it a little bit from the heart center, and I tell you something, oh my god, it felt really uncomfortable, because when you expand in your heart center, it can feel very uncomfortable, especially if you've got any issues around your heart center. Now, it's that thing, isn't it? If you've done some work on the chakras and, clearing and everything else, you think, oh yeah, this is it. But no, there was obviously more stuff there, because it felt really expansive, but it felt uncomfortable. So I had to breathe through that and get to the other side, so to speak. So that was 9 minutes this morning. Pardon me. So maybe have a go at that. See what that feels like. Sending that energy out. So it's like you're sending the healing and the love and the abundance from your heart center, because that's an infinite connection, and you're sending that out through the southwest corner, which is abundance, prosperity, wealth, all those things, and you're sending it out to around the whole planet, out to the universe. Everybody gets a bit of that. I want you to have a go at that. If you haven't done your I'm pointing over there because that's where the candle is. If you haven't done your abundance candle little ritual today, give it a go from the heart center, and see what difference it makes. I want to know. So yes, I just thought I'd share that. Oh yeah, because that was the thing. What you are doing with that, because as we know, the heart has a, if you want to call it, magnetic field. yeah, which expands out for miles. Yeah, well, it could expand infinitely if you wanted to. We have actually got a meditation. I'll have to dig it out, which is called the Heart Center Meditation. It actually takes the heart energy all the way out to the edges of the universe. It's very cool. But what you are doing when you are expanding from your heart center and you are creating that energetic field, it's an energetic field. I've actually called it the abundance field. Yeah. So not a magnetic field, it's an abundance field, because it's an abundance of all those things, of love, of light, of abundance, of healing, health, all those things which come from this place, you know, in your energy, in your subtle body, but also your physical body. Oh yeah, I've got a few little quotes as well, which I'm going to put in. I'm going to make into little infographics. As you change your world, it changes you. So that's your inner world. So that's as above, so below. It's just a different way of putting it. So as you change your inner world, as you change your mindset, as you change your inner vibration, as you raise your vibration, it doesn't just change. It changes everything. It changes your outer world. It changes your inner world. Yeah. Well, that's very cool. This is very cool. Magic is intimacy with reality. Ponder that one. Comments below. And the other thing, that very interesting lady, Carolyn Elliott. I was listening to her talk this morning, and she was talking about magic and how we are kind of programmed as a species to not believe in magic. Yeah, you know, poo-poo it, you know, to the point where a magician or wizard, a magician tricks you into believing in magic. Yeah, it's a trick, it's an illusion. Yeah, but magic actually exists. You've only got to look outside at nature. That's magic. That is pure magic. How does a seed know when to sprout? That's magic. That is magic, not pulling a rabbit out of a hat. You know? So what was really interesting about what she was saying is that's not true. Yeah? Because everyone believes in magic. Everybody believes in it. And she was saying that, you know, you've only got to look at things like Harry Potter. Yeah? Witchy stuff, Charmed, and all those other magic-y type. Terry Pratchett's another one. You know, Terry Pratchett books are they you know, amazingly popular. So people do believe in magic. They really believe in it. Yeah, everybody believes in magic, and everyone cares about magic. So remember that when, you know, when you get people poo-pooing or scoffing at your belief system, just think to yourself, yeah, but, you know, everybody believes in magic. Everyone cares about magic. Everybody. Even advertising companies believe in magic, because that's what they're using when they're selling you stuff. It's magic. And that could be in the form of a sigil. That could be in the form of a slogan, a mantra. Yeah. It's all magic. Yeah. And I liked this little quote as well. Let your freak flag fly. I like that a lot. That's very cool. Oh, yes. And there was something, because Mercury goes retrograde on Thursday. Don't panic. Yeah. Do not fly off the handle thinking, oh my God, you know, my world's going to turn to shit because Mercury's going retrograde. It doesn't. Yeah. Just remember two things. You are the powerful creator of your own experience. Yeah. And all you need to do to because Mercury retrograde doesn't last long. It goes on until 19th of August. Yeah, so it's not long. Things to remember, and there will actually be the video, the Facebook Live that I did for the last Mercury retro, that is going to be reposted in the group. Yeah. So things to remember about Mercury going retro. Be mindful. It's an opportunity to be more mindful about how you communicate with people. Yeah. That's not a bad thing, is it? I said that's a pretty positive thing, actually. Also, you know, before you do something major, just have a little reflect on it. Again, be mindful. Be mindful of, you know, how you are moving forward with your plans. Yeah. If you're traveling, give yourself extra time to do it. I do that anyway because I don't like rushing about. I hate it. And I won't be rushed for anybody. So that comes naturally to me, to give myself extra time to travel to where I need to go to. But if you get really stressed out, then give yourself more time when you're traveling. Yeah. Other ways you can tap into this energy, we can buy our amazing incense, our Mercury incense, which is very pungent. Yeah. But it connects directly with that Mercury energy, so you can really tap into that energy. There is in the group, in the photos, there's actually a very simple ritual you can do. So I've got a really itchy nose today, which involves drawing the symbol of Mercury. Yeah. Otherwise, there was something else. Oh yeah, creating a Mercury altar, a temporary altar, just for those, you know, few days, couple of weeks, 3 weeks, when Mercury is retrograde. There's plenty of information in the group about Mercury associations, yeah, correspondences. Set up a, you know, on your windowsill, whatever, facing east if you can. That's east. That's why I'm pointing that way. Just to, you know, make offerings to Mercury. Yeah, there are so many ways that you can tap into that energy, so you know you don't feel overwhelmed by its retrograde energy. Yeah. Make it your own. It's always about what works for you. I mean, personally, I'm going to be using a lot of tuning forks during that time. You know, there's other things I've talked about, more, you know, more time to travel. I will set up a little Mercury altar where my air altar is. I'll put some Mercury bits on there. Sorry, mercurial. This is the proper word. Mercurial items on there, so that kind of taps into that energy. But never go about in a state of fear, because fear will keep you back here somewhere and it will stop you growing. Yeah. It keeps you. Fear is so powerful. Yeah. And it's kind of where the world is, because we see a lot of that around here. People are so scared of anything that is slightly out of the box. If it's slightly out of the box, they have to do a body snatches on it. They have to point and stare and scream, you know. And it's kind of scary, but it's kind of funny at the same time, because we know that's coming from a place where they're so scared, petrified, yeah, absolutely petrified. And you think, but why? You know, it's just people going about living their lives. So yes, so I'm gonna was there anything else? No, I think that was it actually. No, that was it. So this week, what have we got this week? Okay, so yes, this week we've got Jupiter protection. I'm going to go over that again this Thursday for anyone that couldn't be here last Thursday. And then we got full moon on Friday. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing because there is an eclipse, a lunar eclipse on, and there's been a lot of stuff banned around. And again, it's instilling fear in people. So annoying. I will post some stuff. I'm going to go out and do some research and find some more positive angles for it. Yeah, because, like I said, you can't live your life in fear. It's not a good place to come from. It keeps your light dim when you come from a place of fear. Yeah, and we don't want that. Nobody wants that for anybody. Not really. Okay, so we will see you on Thursday. As far as I know. No, so it goes retro in the early hours of the morning. Mercury. So I might bring some mercurial stuff into that. I don't know yet. We will see. So I hope you've enjoyed this little surprise Facebook Live. We'll see you on Thursday and on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be fearless, stay witchy, and bright blessings all.